Hello everybody, welcome to another online maths lesson with me, Mr. Williams. And this lesson is all about counting. The last few lessons we have been counting in 2s and 10s, 5s and 3s. And we're going to put all of that together today with a little help from my friends here. Now, let's get our brains warmed up and we're going to do some counting. I'm going to say some numbers to you in a sequence and then I will clap a mystery number. Can you work out what the mystery number is? And then our friends Suki, Sunny, Wilf and Poppy will reveal the number. Okay, let's start off by counting in 2s and spot the mystery number. Here we go. 0, 2, 4, 6. What was the mystery number? It was 8. Thank you, Suki. Okay. Let's do some counting in 10s. Here we go. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the mystery number that time was 60. Thank you, Sunny. Okay, counting in 5s now. Starting at 0, here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that time the mystery number was 35. Thank you, Wilf. Okay, last time counting in 3s. Here we go. 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And that time our mystery number, thank you, Poppy, it was 18. Now, for this lesson, we don't really need a lot. All we're going to need is a pen and a paper. So if you need to pause the video here while you go and get a pen and paper, that'll be brilliant. And then come back here and we'll find out what we are learning about today. So in this lesson, we are going to be revisiting our counting in 2s, 10s, 5s and 3s. Now to begin with, I have got out from the bin some of the 100 squares that I've used in the other lessons where we highlighted off the numbers as we counted them. Now because they were in the bin, they got a little bit tatty and a bit ripped. So I need your help to work out what we were counting in by looking at the numbers that we highlighted. So let's look at this first one. Now on this 100 square, I can see that we have highlighted all of the numbers that end in 5 and all of the numbers that end in 0. So what do you think we were counting in here? That's right, we were counting in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and so on. Okay, let's look at another 100 square. Right, on this 100 square we haven't highlighted as many numbers and it's all the numbers in that last column, all the numbers end in 0. So what have we been counting in this time? That's right, we were counting in 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, let's try another 100 square. Oh, in this 100 square we've highlighted off a lot more numbers and that's quite an interesting pattern, isn't it? We've got diagonal lines on this 100 square and we've highlighted numbers. We've missed 2 numbers out in between each one we've highlighted and some of the numbers we've highlighted are odd and some are even. And on this 100 square we were counting in 3s. Okay, last one to look at. Okay, on this 100 square, well, we've highlighted lots and lots of numbers here, haven't we? And the pattern for this one, they're all in straight lines. And all of the numbers we've highlighted are even numbers. And for this 100 square, we were counting in 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Now then, we're going to use my trusty counting stick again to do some counting. So I will put 0 at the beginning of the counting stick and we're going to count first of all in 2s. So you count along with me. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Let me pop 20 at the end of the counting stick, and we will count backwards from 20 now. Count with me. 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Super counting. Now, I wonder if you can tell me, if I point to somebody on my stick, somewhere on my stick, what number would it be? What would be here? That's exactly halfway between 0 and 20. That would be 10. What number would be here? That would be 2. What number would be there? Now, the easiest way to find this one would be to count backwards from 20. 20, 18, 16 would be there. Okay, let's take 20 off and let's start again. This time, let's count from 0 in tens. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'll pop 100 on the end. Shall we count backwards from 100 in tens? Here we go. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Good job. Okay, see if you can answer my questions this time. What number would be exactly halfway between 0 and 100? That would be there. That would be 50. What number would be here? Well, let's count on from 0. That would be 0, 10, 20. What number would be there? Now, to find this one again, we can count backwards. 100, 90, 80, 70 would be there. Okay, let's get rid of that. This time, let's count from 0 in fives. Here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I will pop 50 on the end of my counting stick. This time, let's count backwards in fives from 50 to 0. Okay, here we go. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. Okay, this time, what number would I find halfway on my counting stick? Here. Halfway between 0 and 50 would be 25. Okay, what number would I find here? If you count on from 0, it would be 0, 5, 10, 15. And what number would I find here? Count backwards from 50, 50, 45. Okay, one last go at counting, and this time we're going to count in threes from 0. Here we go. 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So I can put 30 on the end of my counting stick, and this time we're going to count backwards in threes. This is our trickiest one so far. We'll go nice and slowly. 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, 0. Okay, what number is halfway between 0 and 30? What number would I find here? That would be 15. 15 is halfway between 0 and 30. What number would I find here? This one here, that would be 0, 3, 6, 9. What number would I find here? Now, I think the easiest thing to do would be to count backwards from 30. So let's go 30, 27, 24, 21, 18 would be here. Fantastic counting. Now, our friend Poppy has now got some number sequences for us to solve to find the missing numbers. So the first thing we need to do is to work out what is the rule for the number sequence. So let's look at the numbers we can see. 10, 15, 20, 25. So we can see that each time the rule for this is that we are adding 5, counting on in 5. So that means that our two mystery numbers, we have to do the same thing. We have to add on 5. So it's going to be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. Let's look at another one. So what can we see here? We've got two missing numbers in the middle. We've got 30, 27, something, something, 18, 15. Well, from 30 to 27, we are taking away 3, or counting back 3. And from 18 to 15, we are taking away 3, or counting back 3. So that is the rule for this sequence. It's taking away 3. So if we count backwards from 30, 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15. So Poppy has got some number sequences for you to solve here. Pause the video. See if you can work out what the missing numbers are by, first of all, working out what the rule is. Once you've had a go, come back here and we'll go through the answers together. Okay, welcome back. So let's go through the answers. So the rule for the first one on the blue balloons was we were counting on in 2s. So it would go 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Number 2, the rule this time was taking away 10 or counting back in 10s. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30 and 20. For number 3, the rule for this one, well, we had to work backwards to find the answer to this by counting backwards. So from 15, 12, 9, 6, going that way, it would be taking away 3. So the rule for this one, each time we were adding on 3. So the missing numbers here were starting at the beginning 0, 3, then 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, number 4, this time, well, this was a tricky one to work out because the only numbers we could see were the 35 and 40. So here from 35 to 40, we would add on 5, or working backwards, take away 5. So if we start at the end and count backwards in 5s, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20 and 15. And then the last of all, number 5, again, if we look at the end of the sequence, well, from 20 to 10, that was take away 10, 10 to 0, that's take away 10. If we work this way, we're adding 10 on each time. Add 10, add 10. So if we carry on adding 10, we go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Well done if you solved the mystery number sequences. Now, just to finish off, Suki has got some problems for you to solve.
First of all, we've got some flowers in some beautiful vases here, and Suki wants to know how many flowers are there altogether. Well, if we look at the vases, each vase has got 5 flowers in. So this means to find the answer, we can count in fives. We can use a number line to help us. So in the first vase, we have got 5 flowers. And then in the next one, we've got 5 more. So we're going to add on 5, which would make 10. Then we've got another 5, which makes 15. And another 5, which makes 20. So here we've got 20 flowers all together. Now Suki has hung out her stinky socks on the washing line to dry, but she wants to know how many socks are there all together. Well, socks tend to come in pairs, that means they come in twos. So here we can use our number line to help us count in twos. Can you work out how many there are all together by counting in twos? Okay, let's go for the answer. So here we've got 2, and then we've got another 2, which is 4, another 2, which is 6, another 2, which is 8, and the last 2, which means there are 10 socks all together. Okay, let's try one more question. This time, Suki would like to know how many wheels there are altogether on the tricycles. And tricycles have got 3 wheels each. So this time we're going to count in threes. Can you work out how many wheels there are by counting in threes? Let's work out the answer together. So we've got, on the first tricycle, we've got 3 wheels. Then we've got another tricycle with 3 wheels. So 3 and 3 more makes 6. And then we've got another one with 3 wheels. So that's 3 more, which makes 9. And then we've got one more tricycle. So we'll add 3 more wheels on. And all together, that makes 12. So we've got 12 wheels altogether.
Well, that's the end of these lessons on counting. And in the last 5 lessons, we've been counting in twos, in tens, fives, and threes. And the best thing that you can do now is to keep practicing. Practice counting forwards and backwards so that you become really, really good. Now, hopefully, I will see you again in some more online lessons. But until then, goodbye.